Yo, what's up? How goes it?
Hello, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Um,
Good to see
Turn this bad boy down. Just blowing some steam off, you know.
you. Yeah, man.
But
How you surviving the madness?
it's going good. You know, I've been inside since like Saturday, like last Saturday. So
Last Saturday, so why we're not? Oh, like for 10 days almost.
yeah, geez, yeah. When you say it like that, it's like I don't know. I'm just trying not to contribute. I've had like food and stuff at the crib, and I don't know. Just nothing really too crazy.
Yeah, man. I canceled the tour before the whole thing broke because
Yeah. Oh,
my
damn.
mom was sick, and I was like, if she has it, it's better not to contribute to the mess. So
Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not, but the whole month of March and most of April just pulled out. It's like, well, and you know, what's kind of funny about it though is like right before all this, I was thinking like, man, I should try to, because I have like my calendar. I'm really fortunate that I booked myself out to like July right now. And I don't know, like this is the first time I've ever really done that. Had like the diligence to like just kind of like prepare, I guess, or
yeah,
something. Yeah, plan ahead. And I don't know. And anyways, during all of that, I was kind of like, well, I could either spend all of this time, not like before this happened, like I could spend this time instead of like using all my energy to book. I could try to get students. I could record another album, like you know what I mean? Because I probably spent a lot of time like trying to get the gigs and stuff. I don't know, like a month or two of my time or something. So yeah, I don't know. It's funny. So now I'm just like forced to do it though. So it's kind of different.
crazy. I'm kind of ready for uh, you know, I don't know if the entire year is gone, but for a long time of no playing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm mentally preparing for it because, yeah, I mean, think about it. Like when people will get out of it, it will take time to build trust that you can be around people again. You
I
know,
agree
like
with that. I agree with that. I think, yeah, it's going to be kind of sketchy. Like, or either everyone's just going to swarm and it's going to flare up just as bad again. I don't know.
crazy times, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for me, I'm just trying to record. I'm like going to spend just as much time as I can recording. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's been wild. I've been very fortunate that I've been able to play guitar like 10 hours a day again. That's super.
10 hours a day. Damn.
I don't know, man. I'm just like I was saying, I just been sitting here for like so long, and the boredom has set in. So I'm just trying to like,
But that's great. I think that because we're so busy constantly, there's some things that only when you're forced to disconnect,
yeah,
like even then it takes like a week for it to settle and for you to feel like empty again and to be able to start building from the from the ground up. So I mean, the economic part and the health part is horrific. It's just
yeah,
horrible. Yeah, but there are some beautiful things that will come out of it too.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've played Bach like ever since college, really. I've been spending 45 minutes a day just reading the cello and violin stuff, and
For sure.
I don't know, trying to just break up my day like 45 minutes of Bach. Okay, take a break, do some push-ups. Okay, then go, do a little yoga, come back, play some 7/8, write a tune or something. You know what I mean? Just trying to like
Yeah.
actually get myself
Yeah.
a schedule. And I don't know. It's been going good. It's been going good. What I don't know if this truck passed. It's just gonna yell.
By the way, are we recording already?
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about this Zoom thing. Is it just like records the whole conversation, and then you can just like save it, and I don't know. It's awesome. I'm trying to. My end goal for this is to put it on YouTube. I was trying to, you know, I don't know. I saw that you have like 4,000 followers on YouTube, which is like incredible.
Oh,
I mean, that's good, man. That's in a time like right now, because it takes 1,000 to get monetized and like makes a little bit of cash off of them. But it's like every penny helps now. I feel like so. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to upload hour-long videos. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm like a chump and have like 8 followers or something. So probably spice them up. And
yeah. You can do like a highlights or something.
yeah, I was kind of thinking about that too. Because man, it's like it's kind of a bummer. Like I wanted to upload the whole thing, but it's not really possible. So
Yeah, the internet's gonna crash. I think it's close to crashing, actually.
I bet, dude. I'm pretty sure.
Everyone is on Netflix. Everyone is on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nobody's seen anything like this. At
Yeah.
least
Well, no, it's better to be in quarantine and have internet than not. You know what I mean? Like in
for sure.
on
Yeah,
the
dude.
cities.
Go back 100 years ago, and
And that was like complete isolation, and your head starts going crazy. Not that your head doesn't go crazy, starts going around crazy right now, but at least you can communicate and hang out with people and stay somewhat human and social. So
yeah.
to be
Well,
grateful.
what are your musical plans through all this?
Oh man, so I don't know what the hell was I thinking, but somehow I bought this like uh, super powerful iMac Pro, like really powerful computer to
Sweet.
start like film score in New York, to write
Cool.
music for films, and that just started this whole other thing with like music production, and I had this like home studio, and I started getting more and more into like orchestral writing and like, electronic music and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know how, but I was like, I thought about, but I came to Israel for like a month, and I
Mm.
said like, what, let me bring this big ass computer with me, and it was a nightmare to bring. I had to buy like a special case for it in B&H.
Yeah,
And it's like super expensive, and it was a headache. It was a pain in the ass. But like, and then I got here, and I was like, okay, great, I have a computer. And then the whole pandemic thing, whole Corona thing started, and I was like, whoa, okay, but I have my home studio with me.
true.
So that was a very lucky coincidence. And so now I'm basically just sitting studying Logic all day long, studying like plugins, like sound design, sound manipulations, all this kind of stuff. I just sent Mark Juliana the drum, from
Cool. Yeah, yeah, man.
we sent
Uh,
him a text yesterday where he posted something on Instagram, and I sampled it and then like messed around with it and like kind of made it into my Play-Doh, like my playground thing, and so I've been just super productive, just watching hours and hours of video tutorials and talking to friends of mine who are producers and like getting into this world, and it's really fascinating because when you start your journey as a musician, like the musician, like acoustic, just playing acoustic, purely acoustic,
yeah,
and dedicate so many years for understanding harmony and songwriting, the art of songwriting, and
yeah,
not
man.
that I mastered any of this, but like, I just spent a lot of time
Yeah,
doing that. And
absolutely.
so there's this thing that exists already, this whole thing that I've built all these years, and then like now you put the electronic music world on top of it,
Yeah,
and then this beautiful thinking come out. And I see like a lot of people that start from electronic music, which and they're geniuses.
hmm
um, Sometimes people miss the actual song behind it, you know what I mean?
yeah. The songwriting, the music theory, the whatever. It's all kind of glazed over.
Yeah, right. When you listen to like Billie Eilish, how do you say Eilish?
Really, I don't know. Elish.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
Eilish.
Eilish.
When you listen to her music, it's like it's such an amazing production, but the songwriting is great. You know what I mean? It's like it's just
One
the
whatever.
hooks are awesome. Yeah, and so I'm just having fun, man. And it's like I'm just hours and hours in front of my computer, and I'm trying to find time to just like go out and work out a little bit. But
Yeah,
I'm taking it as a real time to expand and to keep me sane, because I think if you don't do something like that, you kind of lose you're at a risk of losing your sanity or like humanity in a way.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Geez, yeah, it's cool you bring up Mark Juliana. I totally wanted to talk about that kind of stuff. Just like how are that's awesome. You guys are communicating and still collaborating during a time like this because it's like yeah, I mean all of you guys. It's like everyone's suffering right now, and
Oh yeah,
I mean, in jazz is such an interesting thing because it's like you get such once in a lifetime opportunities like to play with Chris Potter or something, or like I don't know every musician you've ever played with, but like it's not every time that you're like in the studio with them, like recording an album, and it's such like spontaneous music that that stuff is less likely to happen unless you're like yeah, like sending stuff over the internet. I mean, it'll just be a totally different thing going,
yeah.
taking live jazz improv to like the internet.
It's weird, but man, like we're dealing like humans in general are very we're a very creative species, and my close circle, like or the jazz world, if you want to call it, like it's full of very very creative people who find creative ways of making it work. So like with my trio now with Jorge and Alfredo. So like I write a song, I send it to them, then Jorge sends a bass line, I put it in Logic, I put piano on it.
Yeah,
Free doesn't have a microphone right now, so he's just he's just observing. But
yeah,
we're writing songs together. There's a song club in New York with a bunch of cats from New York that are
yeah,
the it's like 20, 30 musicians on an emo thread, and then there's assignments. Someone gives like a two guidelines, like for example, like write a song that's has only 5 notes. You can manipulate the notes in any ways you want, and blah 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 blah. And then you can
like
only A minor scale, whatever. And then everyone writes a song and uploads a PDF and MP3 to a Dropbox, and we all get inspired by each other.
that's cool. That's cool, dude. I should start something like that.
Yeah, that's really really nice, and stay creative and keep the sense of community. And yesterday that was really fun. I have a friend of mine, this piano player, like amazing piano player in Israel. His name
Yeah,
is Omri, and we 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 spoke on Zoom or Skype or whatever, and
yeah,
we tried to figure out how much of like how long is the delay between the
yeah.
two of us. So we found the BPM of like when I do this, and then we say like okay, so so that's it. So then we try to play together that he's hearing what I'm playing a beat later.
Totally.
And we couldn't do it because everything is displaced.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I've been fortunate to be a child of the internet and was like, you know, 18 years old in 2012 or whatever. So I was like, oh, I want to take lessons with all these dudes and they're offering Skype lessons. And I definitely learned like really quick that like even then it wasn't really possible to like it's more of a conversation, you can exchange information and concepts and ideas, but like jamming together is like not possible.
Yeah, yeah. I guess so. Yeah, the because of the latency. Yeah, but we do
Yeah,
what we can.
absolutely. It's all a learning process. I mean, at least for me, I'm like, man, I gotta figure out how to like, hook up the microphones and like all this stuff too, even just the podcast and everything, and you'd be able to use my interface and like you were like, are we going live? I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to upload videos to YouTube. It's just like such a learning process. It's like, man, you're saying your friend doesn't have a microphone. It's just like all these things that like we needed are like, oh man, like
Yeah, that's great. Like that's the positive part about it. Like we're gonna get out like better at what we do and knowing more things.
yeah, absolutely, man.
We're gonna lose a lot of things as well, but like if we look at the gaining side, then yeah, we're gonna gain quite a lot.
How so you keep talking about New York. What's your connection there? You have a place there, you live there, or you just gig there all the time?
Man, I kind of I'm sitting this one out in Israel.
Right.
Yeah, for me when this kind of stuff happens, I have a feeling of like just like getting in.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I might have lost you.
Hey,
What's good, brother?
okay, sorry, the
Oh,
internet is.
no worries. Speaking of the internet going down.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's just getting overloaded, no doubt, I think. But yeah, dude, I mean, And one another thing I wanted to ask you is just talking piano. What are some piano things you're working on? Just like, technique or whatever.
Yeah. Right now is back to the source, which is Bach.
Okay, yeah, same. Cool.
Yeah, I'm playing the English suites right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
not to change.
and well, these days it's funny, like like when I've been playing piano for what 25 years now, something like that, and practicing every day. What's that?
As long as I've been alive. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
And so I've been practicing every day, and this whole music production thing now feels so fresh,
Yeah.
and that I'm kind of just like treating the piano these days, as a place to just express and take out frustration, and like not I'm not in the shed in that kind of way. Also, there are no gigs, there's no one to play with, and there's yeah, I mean, I'd love staying in shape. I'd love to stay in shape for my own sake, but it's not the whole exchange part is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
More of like a tool for your recording now and stuff.
yeah, right. And so right now, like in terms of studying, I'm just in the computer world, and like when I sit with the piano, I'm just like playing Bach. And I'm just like improvising and taking a little well needed break, I guess, from the shed that's been my reality for such a long time. And I think it will um what's the word I'm looking for? You can spur, is it English? It will spur creativity. Yeah. If you let the ground breathe for a second, then it can flourish again. And yeah, I'm kind of in that zone. And also something that I've been thinking about is that as long as I can remember myself, I've seen myself as a musician. You know what I mean? Like you get up in the morning and it's like, oh, you do what?
There's many more
Shall
going on.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that. And of course, it's a very authentic part of who I am and who we are as musicians. It's not like like it's not a job. It's a way of living. It's a way of being. Um, but this whole virus thing, I feel can give us a chance to look at ourselves as humans first rather than musicians.
Yeah,
You know,
universe, man.
But that
You're part of the universe, man.
part
Like,
of the universe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See the bigger picture for a second. Look at yourself in another way that you haven't had the chance to do so. And it's till now. And it's like it's a weird profession that we have. It's a weird thing that you go on stage, you go in a room, and you're the center of the attention of this. It's like 1,000 people in the room, and they're all looking at you for
yeah,
an hour and a half.
true.
And at the end, they get up on their feet and applaud you if that happens or whatever. They paid money to do that. It's insane.
It
It's a very strange profession,
is.
and there is I mean, we all love it, and we and of course the giving part of on the artist's behalf definitely exists. And it's an exchange. It's not just like an admiration to a supreme whatever.
Yeah,
um but uh, it m- it makes you see the world in through that lens a little bit, you know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've brought this up to a few other people where it's like, at least for me, I stopped teaching. I pretty much put everything else on the back burner because I had enough gigs where it didn't really matter. I was like gigging like 5 times a week, sometimes like 8 times a week. Like it was just like mad, dude. Like I was like, I don't know, I was making enough to survive. I wasn't really complaining, and everything else just was kind of getting stressful because I had so many things to do. I was like, I'm just gonna put the teaching off. I'm gonna not do recording. I'm not gonna do whatever. So I was kind of like putting all my energy into the gigs, like I was saying. It's just like, but then like what you're saying, where it's like, well, now that there's not people, and like I was like specifically trying to write for like, oh well, people would love this tune, or this is a good song to play, this is a good standard to learn, like just those kind of parameters, other than like no one wants to hear this like atonal like 15, 16 piece or something. And I just play a lot of kind of like smaller clubs and stuff. Depends on your audience, but normally they're just like, I'm there for like entertainment. It's not like I'm there to play with Chris Potter or something. You know what I mean? So there's it's different thing, I guess. But like, yeah, for me, I'm like struggling to kind of find the inspiration, I guess, because it's like, oh man, like you're saying, everything I was doing was based off of like playing these gigs and everything. So now I'm kind of just like, well, now I'm just gonna make music because I want to make music, and that's something I haven't done for a really long time, personally.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That going inside, and you know that again, like music is just one part of it. That's the exciting thing for me. It's like I get a chance, like I'm super in the, I'm with my discipline and like learning and exploring all that, but also I'm kind of like, let me spend time with my dad. Let me work in the garden for a second. Let me listen to a friend with a different intention and different intensity of listening. Let me do
Wow.
all these, like let me look at like who am I, after all, like who am I, but not through the lenses of so many people that see me on stage. And like it's just a chance to kind of like question, do I stand behind all my choices? Do I stand behind the way I decided to live? Do I stand behind I don't know, taking a plane so often and polluting this planet, that I feel is basically taking its revenge right now for us taking a big shit on it, like on a daily basis.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even these last whatever 10 days, they're like dolphins are back in Italy and bees are coming back and like
And the planet is breathing, and like all this kind of stuff, and it's something to think about. It's something to like to maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything that I'm not sure of right now. I'm still in the exploration part, but like maybe it's something not to go back to this in this extent of like like so much traveling, so much. I don't know, like all these choices of how you are in the world as a human, as a person. It's like we got a chance to sit still and to listen, and I think that's something that
hasn't
is
happened in a long time.
hasn't happened, and I don't wish for it to happen again because I think the damage is bigger than the gain, like the loss is bigger than the gain. But since we're here already,
Eye opening.
it's an opportunity, man. It's like,
Yeah,
do I want to stay in New York? Do I want to go back to Israel? Do I want to go somewhere else? Do I, like all these things that we just never have time to kind of think about because you're in this world and
yeah,
you're just like, so yeah, it's what's that?
it's wild. I never. There would be a lot of other things I thought would have ended my music career, not a virus. I don't know. I could have been
Unbelievable.
alcoholic or like a drug addict or something, or a terrible person, or I don't know. All these things. There's so many other factors that could just ruin your career or whatever. But I don't think anybody saw this coming as like the reason that would wipe everyone out simultaneously too. So that's kind of
It's amazing. It's global. It's crazy.
yeah, I agree with that too. There's the global, like the word, this is a global thing. Like it's not, I don't know how people don't understand. Like I talk to some people, see some people online, and they're like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, have you looked at anything? Like, please just stay inside and like, I don't know, just be a good person. Don't maybe right now. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going over there, but I feel like they're about to lock down the state I'm in, just like totally.
Where are you?
I live in Colorado right now.
Probably. I'm probably gonna do. I mean, New York is shutting down. I think it shut down already yesterday at 8 p.m.
Totally. Yeah, yeah. They cut the workforce to 50%, and it was already like no restaurants, no venues, whatever, etc.
Oh, but they're cutting. I think they're cutting. They're doing. I heard what's his name, Cuomo, with the governor, New York, saying that like that they're using the most extreme measures they
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
It's insane, man. It's fucking insane.
The hospitals are like posting over here. They're like, "Don't come here. We're over capacity. We're just gonna put you in the hallway." It's like that's horrible. Like people are just seeing that on Facebook. I mean, the police are like, "We're not going to deal with any crime." They've like posted that too, and it's like
They posted that they're not gonna deal with any crime,
no low level crime. But like, what the hell does that even mean? Like,
so people are gonna start shoplifting and then start doing, yeah. I mean,
uh,
dude, we are, yeah. I mean, that can go many ways. That can go
yeah, dude,
many.
not good. And I don't know. I mean, I already like it's kind of hard to explain. Maybe I'm young. I haven't traveled the world. I haven't. like I grew up in Texas. I went to college and then I moved out and then like started gigging in Colorado, and that's been my life thus far. Like I don't have like loads of experience under my belt, but like this place from my virgin eyes or whatever is like the Wild West. It's like, weed is legal. Like there's like alcohol everywhere. Like it's just like the homeless population is very large in comparison to where I used to live. It's like, thousands of people on the street and tents and stuff. And it's like, it's not a joke. And these are the people that are going to get hit really hard. And everyone's like a small business in Colorado. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, dude, it was already like, I thought, it took a lot to like have the law involved. How's that? So like,
Absolutely.
now they're saying like, no police. It's like, what, dude? I don't know.
Very, very dangerous statement. To put it out there for the public, it's one thing if like it's an internal thing within the police, like, okay, guys, focus is on blah blah blah, and don't, but like to put it out there is like an invitation for people to go out
Yeah,
and do weird shit. So, I mean, guys, if anyone is watching this,
yeah.
keep cool, keep fucking cool. Don't.
That's why I'm just like not going outside because like that, and then like the whole like actual disease thing, and then it's just crazy times, desperate measures. People, I mean, I remember I talk about this guy sometimes. He's my crazy friend. He has one mega dread. He looks like he has like a beaver tail like growing off of his back. He's like 60 years old or something. Doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a job. He like has nothing. Like he has like a couch and like a chair. He sleeps on the ground. Um, he drinks a lot, like 12 beers a day, easy. But I don't know. He's like just way, way out there, just like this tripped out dude, like just has no idea really anything, but he means well. The dude like bikes like 6 miles to see some of my shows sometimes. He has a Facebook, so he's like, oh shit, Brandon's playing, I'm gonna go. And it's like, dude, it's like 30 degrees outside. Like, what are you doing? He's just he's committed. He loves it. So I just kind of like communicate with this guy, and sometimes he says some really crazy stuff that like actually is just out of this world and so in tune. But sometimes he's just totally drunk and has no idea what he's saying. But he goes, and this was maybe a year ago, and he was like, people are doing things that they would never imagine for money right now. And I was like,
Money.
yeah, yeah, just doing things they never imagined for money. And it's like he was saying that then, and now like the whole world doesn't have a job. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm worried for people who are going to be on the first circle to get hit and what that will make them do.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
yeah,
serious repercussions, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, just trying to reach out and see. I mean, you haven't. Israel's not like that, basically. I feel like based off your reaction,
the what? Israel is not like what?
just the cops are staying informed, the people are staying inside, and I don't know what's up.
Oh no, oh no, hell no, man. Everyone is no. People are outside. That's stupid. Like if you look outside, I live right next to the beach, and you can see the walking. What's the word in English? The promenade. Promenade. Can you see
Okay,
that? Can you see that?
yeah,
And
just
full, not full of people, but like there are a lot of guys outside, and it's very confusing because the weather is nice, sunny outside.
yeah, it's cold as hell right now.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of another thing, but that
Which helps, I guess. Like it might be more depressing, but it helps keep people inside. Here, it's a problem because it's so nice outside, so everyone's like, and you can't see the virus. It's an invisible
mm,
freaking enemy. It's insane. It's insane.
airborne
And
surface,
so like,
like
what's
what?
that?
It's airborne, gets on surfaces. Like I mean,
Unbelievable. And so like people see that it's nice outside, so they just go out and have fun. And it takes like 8 days for it to be in your body until it breaks out. And
yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, I've been you know, just trying to observe, I guess, from all the other people that I've talked about. Just like how's it going? What's it like there? Because seems so different everywhere, even, absolutely country to country, but even just like town to town, from state to state, like city to city, it's like it's just massive, different news and different rules. And I was talking to my homie in Spain, and they're like freaking giving like $600 tickets for people just walking in the streets. It's like, they're taking it pretty seriously, but it's like, that's crazy. I mean, it's nothing like that over here. That's
They should. I mean, I think the fact that they didn't get to the state is the mistake. Like the Trump woke up so late, and I think we'll see. No, no, no. It's very it's just what it is. Like the states will pay the price for his ignorance. I think big time.
Yeah, I was watching this thing on Colorado, like Denver News or whatever, Channel 7, the mayor's there talking, saying like, we've received like no help from the federal government, and we like don't expect to. And I was like, oh shit, he's saying that like on live TV. Like, he wasn't, basically talking shit on Trump, but was like, yeah, like, we're not getting anything. He was like, the only thing we've received is like 55,000 masks, which is like a great thing. But he was like, we use 70,000 a day. And I don't know. I was like, that's so bad. So I hope it works, man. Did I lose you? Again. But
Okay.
my apologies. But thanks for your patience. But yeah, I don't know. Like you're saying earlier, it's just like I think the internet's gonna crash, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how long to keep this going for? But yeah, no, seriously, it's been a pleasure. I saw I don't know if it's out yet. I have been kind of laying low, but it is the Ben Wendell album that you did out.
It should come out in September, but no one knows anything.
Right on. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Did you
But
you guys already recorded it though?
yeah, we recorded. It came out really nice, man. It's like Gerald on piano, so like two pianos. I mean, piano and Rhodes. We switch, Gerald and I, and then yeah, Nate Wood, Joe Sanders, Michael Mayo, and Ben. It's a badass band, man. It's like
Yeah,
it
I
came
saw
out.
the picture and I was just like, what? I don't know.
No, it came out great, and he filmed everything in video, so I think really nice stuff's gonna come out.
That's the way. I mean, especially now. Especially now. Um,
Yeah.
what I mean, talk about the roads. I recently got to play like a nice one for the first time really recently.
Oh,
And
Rhodes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the one in the recording was really, really nice. I personally find it difficult to play. Like it's a different instrument. It's not a piano. I mean, and it's very
Really
confusing because it's built as it like a piano. So like, oh, I could play that. And but if you play the same kind of harmony, voicings and stuff like it doesn't come through as a piano. It's much more dense, and so I feel like
totally.
you need to kind of like sparse things up a little bit. And I don't consider myself as a great Rhodes player, to be honest. I think
I agree too.
was that
It's just hard. Yeah, like the action is so different, and like you're saying,
actually, yeah, some
the
piano
tone.
players who have a very percussive way of playing the piano have a better chance of doing it. And like Chick Corea, for example, like
Like,
when he plays the piano, it's like a laser beam,
yeah,
and so when he plays Rhodes, it really makes sense. It's really it really transforms well.
hmm,
And yeah, and but it was I treat it more like as a glue, like
sure,
just like a in this concept at least when you have like saxophone, vocals, and another piano, bass, and drums, and then your job is really kind of just like to
flow.
find it, yeah, just to help out.
Sure. Yeah, color, assist. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What was the decision for the piano and the Rhodes? Just like, I mean, there's so many
We
keyboards that you could do. Like, was it just like,
Oh, it was Ben's idea. He heard it. I mean, I think we're in Nibadi. They're playing with so many different synths and keyboards, and I think here he wanted to stay like piano and Rhodes. That's it.
sweet? Well, yeah. I don't know. That's always kind of like right now. I'm trying to record a band thing. We'll see. The studio I was gonna go to just got shut down. I might just try to go home style, like we've been talking about. I got some interfaces. Everybody's got enough gear. I think we could probably do something. But anyways, I'm like, my friend has a Rhodes, and it's just like I would love to do that. But he also has like all of the Nords, not like all of them, but he has quite a few. And then
Mhm.
there's some Moog stuff. There's like just a nice like kind of like huge piano that has like kind of basic everything. I don't know, midis. Like the list is endless. I'm just like I don't know what you should bring, but
Totally. Totally.
and the moving the roads on top of that is like you need a truck or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I don't know. That's cool you say that. I've been kind of wrestling around with that idea in my own head because it's so cool and it looks so cool at that too. Like on the video, you're like, yeah, we got the roads.
On Ben's video?
Yeah. I mean, on any video you see, whether it's Herbie or Chick or whoever playing a Rhodes, you're like, dude, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I don't know, at least for me, it just looks so cool, like visually.
Yeah.
Uh, But yeah, man, it's cool. That's awesome. I'm stoked to hear that. That's like one of my I love everything Ben does. I don't know. Uh I didn't know
Awesome.
I heard the dude only has one lung, which I'm like, how the hell do
Oh,
you
that's really. I didn't know
do
that.
something like that? Like I heard it in some interview from his mouth that like one of his lungs is collapsed and he just circular breathes. And I was like, as someone who has dabbled with the saxophone and has two lungs, oh my god, like I don't know. So on top of that, he's just a monster and so creative, so cool, and
Yeah,
every
yeah,
novel that he puts together, I'm just like blown away by. So
yeah.
when I saw you were on that, I was just like, yet another amazing thing to happen. So
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
dude, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
I guess we got our parts.
Yeah,
Back to
yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah, make it to nice trilogy.
yeah, cool. I'll try to upload this super soon, and thank you so much for your time. And send where's the best place for people to listen to you and everything, contribute?
Oh, I mean, right now online, I haven't started any like Patreon or one of those things. I teach. I mean, I guess if you want private lessons, I have the time, and I love teaching. But reach out on Instagram or something. But there's got some cool videos coming up soon for the trio. We recorded the new album for ECM that will come out sometime. We'll see where the world will be in a few months. But yeah, I mean, in the meantime, just like I really advise everyone to stay just creative, create yourselves, just
Absolutely.
and share it with the world. Like,
Oh man. I guess I'm gonna wait a second, but I'll probably just wrap it up. And yeah, peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.